It's C4E Awards time, our third annual Smartphone Awards is here, and this time I'm going to be doing things a little differently. Different how? Well, let's get to it right after the intro. Hey guys, Ash here from C4ETech, and if you do end up liking what you see in this video, please don't forget to turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. So let's get this award show started. So how does C4E Awards work this year? Well, I picked the categories for the awards, I tweeted them out to you, and your replies, the most popular ones, we've taken them as the nominees for each category. And then we had an internal vote where we rated the nominees. Each of us here at C4ETech, we kind of rated them from 1 to 10. Then we tallied up our scores and chose the highest rated nominee as the winner for each category. So for each award, both you and us, we all had a part to play in choosing the winner. And I feel that kind of worked out better than how we used to do it. So that's basically how C4E Awards works this year, and I guess that's how I'm going to be doing it. Now, with that said, let's start with category 1, the budget phone of the year. For this category, our nominees are the Redmi Note 8 Pro, the Realme X2, the Redmi Note 8, and the Realme XT. Those were the phones you guys chose the most, and the winner, it was kind of surprising to me, the Realme X2. I thought the Note 8 Pro would win this, but hey, the X2 is a pretty good phone as well, with a similar 64 megapixel camera, an all-glass build, an AMOLED panel, and an under-the-display fingerprint scanner, and 30-watt fast charging, the fastest in its price range, a Snapdragon 730 chip. Realme's done well enough to deserve this award. Let's now move on to the next category, Best Mid-Ranger from a Tier 1 brand. Now this wasn't, it's an experimental category for me. I left it pretty open-ended on Twitter. I wanted to see what brands you guys thought was Tier 1. I wanted to know what public perception was. And it was kind of surprising because traditionally Tier 1 has been LG, Samsung, HTC, they're dead, but still HTC, Sony. That's what people have perceived as Tier 1. But here we had people voting for Honor and Oppo as Tier 1, which frankly I was surprised by. But then the top votes, the nominees for this category, Samsung's got their mid-range trio here, the Galaxy M30s, the Galaxy A50, the Galaxy A50s, and Google's got a sole entry in the Pixel 3a. Now the winner for the best mid-ranger from a Tier 1 brand, it's Samsung's Galaxy M30s. The M30s did not feel like a Samsung phone. It offered excellent value, the 6000 mAh battery, the 9611 chip underneath, the Super AMOLED panel without a compromise in resolution. It was Full HD+. Samsung kind of went all out with this one. Now the third category, this is a special one. I call it the surprise. Basically, this is a category for which brands surprised us the most in 2019. It could be with regards to the tech used, the price, anything. The nominees for this category, well, Asus with the ROG Phone 2. The pricing took us all aback. Given how the ROG Phone 1 was priced, no one, including yours truly, expected the ROG Phone 2 to be priced as competitively as it was. Now the next nominee, the Realme X2 Pro. Realme, they're not a brand that's come up with a flagship phone before. They are known, at least before the X2 Pro, they were a brand known for their mid-range phones. This was their first proper flagship phone, and they did a great job with it. I mean, they nailed the pricing, that 90Hz panel, the 50-watt charging, not bad for a first outing, right? Now, nominee number 3, the Galaxy Fold. Samsung's foldable display touring flagship is not one I covered, but hey, it seems super interesting. It's just that it came to India a little too late, and by the time it was here, a huge number of people had already covered it, so I kind of skipped out on it. But it was a surprise nonetheless. I've not been so excited by a Samsung phone since the Galaxy Note Edge. I don't think Samsung's done anything quite as exciting since that phone. Now the last nominee for this award, well, this one actually surprised me. The Redmi Note 8 Pro. Now, the Note 8 Pro is a great phone and all, but I don't see how it was actually surprising. I don't know why so many people actually nominated it, but hey, it was nominated, so it's on the list here. Maybe the fact that it had the MediaTek Helio G90T and how good that fared can be considered a surprise. Anyway, these were the 4 nominees. Again, the ROG Phone 2, the Realme X2 Pro, the Galaxy Fold, and the Redmi Note 8 Pro. And our winner, wait for it, Asus with the ROG Phone 2, pricing it at almost half of what its predecessor cost. Now that's a huge surprise. It got the most nominations from you guys, and hey, it won by a landslide at our end too. Well deserved, Asus. Let's now move on to category 4, the Frugal Flagship. Now this is a phone that's not priced too high, not priced too exorbitantly, but still sports flagship internals. And for this category, our nominees were, well, once again, the Realme X2 Pro and the ROG Phone 2. They feature on this list as well, and they are joined by the OnePlus 7T and the Redmi K20 Pro. And our pick here, taking home another C4E award, is the ROG Phone 2. Category 5, the premium flagship. If price were not an issue, if you really didn't care about the price, if you just had to buy one phone, value for money is not something you were to worry about. If somebody said, I'm going to pay for your phone, just pick whatever you wanted, what would you pick if price was totally out of the equation? Over here, your choices were the most voted choices, the nominees here for this category: the iPhone 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, that's one, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. The next 2 nominations, they kind of surprised me. Despite the Google Play issues that were plaguing Huawei for the majority of this year, the Huawei Mate 30 Pro was nominee number 3. And then the ROG Phone 2 returns again. Seems like there are people who choose this one not just because it's priced competitively, but even if they had all the money to spend. I was kind of surprised that the ROG Phone 2 beat out the Galaxy Fold, because if the Fold were nominated, I'd probably have rated it the highest here. Now the winner, the premium flagship, the iPhone 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max. The Note 10 Plus was a very close second here. It ran really close. The 11 Pro, it wins and takes the crown because apart from the usual A13 Bionic dominance, the cameras this year, they've been very strong. The 4K 60 on all sensors at the same time, including that selfie camera, the amazing low light mode. Apple stepped up their game big time. I'm sure this is going to be a controversial pick, so please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And now we get to the big award, the big one, Phone of the Year. And again, nominees, we have familiar faces in the Realme X2 Pro, ROG Phone 2, the iPhone 11 Pro Pro Max, and the OnePlus 7T. Our pick, the Phone of the Year. Last year it was the Poco F1. This year it's the ROG Phone 2 again, taking its 3rd C4E award. Now I'm sure there are going to be a few calling me biased today, but guys, if you're calling me biased towards Asus, go ahead, watch my Asus 6Z videos from the first half of the year, read the comments on those videos, and I'm sure you'll see so many people calling me biased against Asus there. Anyway, jokes apart, Asus seem to have done a stellar job with the ROG Phone 2 this year. The price, the build, the 120Hz AMOLED panel, the entire ecosystem that they've managed to build around this phone, all that's come together to make this one of the best phones in the market. And that's why it's our pick. But what's yours? Do the people agree? What is the People's Choice? Well, the People's Choice Award, interestingly, that was not the ROG Phone 2. The Realme X2 Pro narrowly beat out the ROG Phone 2 by a single vote to win the People's Choice Award. So guys, this has been the tally this year. Asus tops the list with 3 C4E awards and 4 nominations. Realme gets 1 C4E award, 1 People's Choice Award, and 5 nominations. Samsung gets 1 C4E award, 5 nominations. Apple gets 1 win, 2 nominations. The rest, they have no wins, but OnePlus gets 2 nominations, Redmi got 4 nominations, Huawei and Google got 1 each, and that's been the tally. Asus was a real surprise. They didn't launch too many phones. They were surprisingly silent in the mid-range segment where they generally are pretty dominant. The Max Pro M3 was nowhere to be found. They even had an issue with the Zenfone naming scheme. They had to actually rename the Zenfone 6 at the last moment to the Asus 6Z in India, but they seem to have struck gold with the ROG Phone 2. Seems to be a typical case of quality over quantity. Now before we are done, one more thing. Here's a fun category, the biggest disappointment. Which brand disappointed you the most this year and why? The nominees for this category are Google for not releasing the Pixel 4 in India, Nokia for a slew of overpriced and underwhelming launches that no one remembers. I mean, seriously, do you remember what phones Nokia launched this year? If you do, let me know in the comments. OnePlus for the 70s design not being really innovative, and also moving from flagship killer territory to flagship territory with their pricing, all the more so with the 70 Pro. And Xiaomi, as usual, for their ads, the Mi A3 not getting the promised Android 10 update on time, and most importantly, being super silent the entire year about the status of the Poco F2. The winner here, it's Xiaomi. Now for me, the biggest disappointment here is that barring the Mi A3, we've gotten no Xiaomi phones this year. The K20, the K20 Pro, as Redmi's, they were nice, but I'd have loved to see a couple of Xiaomi launches. The Poco F2, that was also the biggest disappointment. F1 set the market on fire last year. It was our phone of the year. It would have probably been okay if Xiaomi had come out and said, Poco's done, there are going to be no Poco phones this year. But the eerie silence throughout the year and the Twitter exchanges showing that the brand's alive, the Poco handle's alive, they're still talking, they're still teasing stuff, they're exchanging stuff with Redmi on Twitter. I guess it kept people wanting more, which is great if something's actually gonna materialize, but nothing did, and that means Xiaomi kind of earns this award. And with that, we get to the end of C4E Awards 2019. Hope you guys had fun. I did, we all did here at C4ETech. We all had a lot of fun coming up with the award list, the categories, tweeting it out, collating your replies, getting the nominees together, then rating them, totaling it. Next year, I'm actually not gonna see the winners till the video shoot. I think that's gonna be more fun. I'm just gonna read out the winners on cam and let's see how that goes. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Anyway guys, if you like the video, go ahead, thumbs up or thumbs down, subscribe if you haven't yet. If you've already subscribed, please turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. And I guess you're gonna be seeing this video almost on the 30th. I think that's where that's what I have in mind as the release date. So if this is the last video for 2019, wish you guys a very happy new year in advance. Thanks a lot for watching till next year. My name is Ash. You've been watching C4ETech. And I'm signing off for the year. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.